Who knows what the future holds, but I think it can be something that we can always look forward to and continue to look forward to, with more people developing interesting stories that we might not have seen otherwise.
I think we're going to see more homogenization of cultural aspects from both sides. I think we're going to see the Western cultures trying to do things, you know, with Japanese influences, and Japanese culture continuing to be influenced by certain Western things, or even trying to, you know, shut it out and focus on more traditional sort of Japanese roots. I think it could go anywhere.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think
because you look at all these other countries, like Korea has a huge manhwa culture over there, and they do their own animations. I know they've got a lot of fantastic CGI animations out there, and China does amazing things as well. Like in Taiwan, they've got all their own comics,
their own artists, their own everything. So you'll find that each culture will probably take what they want, and they will use it and create something different. And I think we'll continue to see that as our barriers and our walls and our closed-mindedness sort of breaks down, and we understand, look, we're in a bigger world today and there are other people out there.
Because of the internet, you know, technical improvement nowadays, you know, more people from outside the world, they can watch the animation. So because of this globalization, you know, your target is not only Japanese people, but it's anybody.
Future for Japanese anime is that, again, it'll continue to shape the generations of the future, and anybody that's associated with anime or any kind of energy dealing with the entertainment business has that great responsibility.
Parents and kids in Japan, they read manga together. There are manga and anime that the parents are in, manga and anime that the kids are into, and then there's manga and anime that they can both experience and enjoy as well. And I think that in America and in other countries, even though a lot of people are starting to get that manga isn't just for kids, that is only going to grow more and more and more. And once there are a lot of manga that the parents are just as into as the kids, and obviously the current generation of teenagers and young adults, when they grow up, they're still going to be reading manga series because they grew up with them and they've realized that there are manga that's written for them even though they've grown older. I think that's going to only make the industry much bigger and much more accessible to everybody that's already interested in it.
Anime comes to our shores in booms. All right, yeah, there was the manga entertainment boom of the early 90s, which actually brought us the stereotype of hyperviolence. And then there was, you know, just as the 90s began to tail off, we get in just a little bit of an upswing, you know. And, you know, Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke just went gangbusters at the box office. As time goes on and our culture becomes sort of more multicultural, you know, we're just going to see more of it. And it will become large, and perhaps eventually, you know, we'll look down the barrel of a day where you're like, I'm going to go to the cinema. I reckon I'm probably going to go see that, you know, Hayao Miyazaki film. People will be able to pronounce his name, you know. People might actually go watch it subtitled rather than dubbed, you know. It won't be, oh, there's Howl's Moving Castle, featuring the voice of Christian Bale. Yes! You know, you can download Christian Bale saying a hell of a lot of interesting things these days, you know what I'm saying? I just really look forward to a future in which it's just like, oh, wicked, let's turn that on. Oh yeah, look at the pointy jaws, wicked, great, you know.
It's just going to invade the culture more and more and more.
Yeah.
Just like the hot dog was originally German, now it's completely American. Same with sushi. Sushi is almost completely American now, worldwide. I mean, it's just, the culture is
embracing it, yeah. I mean, there was a decade ago, I think you could go into a bookstore and you'd never see a section on manga, or manga, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But you can go in now and there's loads of it, so it's obviously infiltrating, and a lot of, as Jeff said, motion pictures we see today are directly influenced by it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the cross-pollination of all of it.
Yeah.
The same with video games and the way they influence motion pictures and are starting to come to the fore in that genre as well.
What I'm thinking, is what I'm seeing is that anime is the next wave that Hollywood is going to be picking from. I mean, they've done video games, comics, you know, superheroes, all of that. What's left? Anime. So I think a lot of them are going to start, I think it's going to start taking Hollywood.
We work with Studio 4C, and that to me represents a company that is able to operate on a smaller scale and just do very interesting projects. And I think as long as people are being creative, and there's going to be a demand for it, you know. And it doesn't even matter if it's anime or anything else. So as long as there's creative people in Japan, anime is going to keep on going. It's going to thrive. It's going to resonate with people all around the world.
I think animation still, grows. Animation market still grows, and will last as long as a human being lasts.
After yesterday, after the cosplay competition, we had fun, but we didn't have enough fun. Because we're going today, I basically wanted to be the best cosplay competition ever. At about 3 AM, I decided I was going to write a rap song, which is not a medium with which I'm perhaps associated. So, if I keep looking into my lap, it's not due to a fascination with what's down there. I just need to read it.
Normally hip-hoppers are doing that anyway.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'm freestyling, getting ready. Mum spaghetti. How does he come up with it? That man's a genius. This is so bad. This will be interesting. This is a song about some cosplayers getting on a train. Here we go. I was never good at sport. I was really bad at footy. My favourite TV show, well, it used to be Sooty, but now I'm out with my posse and we're watching anime. We're gonna get ourselves some pocky, then we're gonna cosplay. I know our props are big, but they won't fit in the car. We've got a Cylon and a TARDIS and a giant Death Star. It's situation critical. It's worse than we thought. We're gonna have to go catch public transport. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. We get down to the station, I'm starting to fret. I don't want to do something that I'll later regret. If I see Spike Spencer, I'll just say, hey, the thing to remember is I mustn't run away. My girlfriend's so happy, she's filled up with joy because she knows that we're gonna meet Dr. McCoy. But I'm worried, will he kick in my teeth because I can't remember if it's Carl Urban or Keith. Boom, ba-doom, ba. Doors closing. Boom, ba-doom, ba. Doors closing. The guards on the train are going insane because the size of my sword hurts the size of their brain. How's he lifting that? They're all in a whirl and holy crap, is that a guy who's dressed as a girl? Everyone goes nuts when we hit the first stop. Sweeney Todd gets on, he's been to the pie shop. What's in those? It's the question of the year. He says, this is Captain Planet, these are the Planeteers. Doop, doop, boom. Boom, boom. I mostly do these pauses because I can't breathe. Boom, ba-doom, boom, ba-doom. Asthma be damned, let's keep it a-going. The train keeps a-rolling, everyone gets on. Harry Potter's got a girlfriend, he's dating Megatron. Any bogans on the line, they don't know what to say because it's hard when you're sitting with Gandalf the Grey. Uh-oh, they're inspecting the tickets. Everyone goes shush, all you hear is the crickets. Then one guy shouts out, bloody hell, blimmin' heck, you can't find your pockets when you're dressed as a Dalek. Obi-Wan Kenobi, he just cut sick because he couldn't fool the guards with the Jedi mind trick. I got on at MacIver, everybody saw, so these are not the tickets that you're looking for. No, these are not the tickets that you're looking for. That's a little sad. Perhaps it is, but let's keep going. Why not? We get off at the showgrounds. We are so excited. My girlfriend is giggling. She is so delighted. And there's the man himself, the bringer of our joy. My favourite Dr. Leonard, Bones McCoy. I say, g'day, mate. He says, g'day, Dale. I get his name right, and I say, you're Carl. He smiles, and I'm happy, and I know I'm on a roll. So I ask him, how's his wife? I say, how's Nicole? There we go. That's...
One slip up from what I could tell.
I can't get a government grant. What?